Gruffalo beside me. Tonight I'm reading with reading the Gruffalo's Child. The Gruffalo said that no Gruffalo should ever set foot in the deep dark wood. Why not? Why not? Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once, said the Gruffalo. I met him a long, long time ago. What does he look like? Tell us, Dad. Is he terribly big and terribly bad? I can't quite remember, the Gruffalo said. Then he thought for a minute and scratched his head. The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and his scaly tail is terribly long. His eyes are like pools of terrible fire, and his whiskers are tougher than fire. One snowy night, when the Gruffalo snored, the Gruffalo's child was feeling bored. The Gruffalo's child was feeling brave. So she tiptoed out of Gruffalo's cave. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. Into the wood went the Gruffalo child. Aha! Oh, a trail in the snow. Whose is this trail and where does it go? A tail poked out of a log pile house. Could this be the tail of the big bad mouse? Out slid the creature. His eyes are small, and he doesn't have whiskers. No, none at all. You're not the mouse. Not I, said the snake. He's down by the lake eating Gruffalo cake. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. And I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo child. Aha! Aho! Marks in the snow. Whose are these marks and where do they go? Two eyes climbed out of a treetop house. Could these be the eyes of the big bad mouse? Down flew the creature. His tail is short, and he doesn't have whiskers of any sort. You're not the mouse. To who? Not I. But he's somewhere nearby, eating Gruffalo pie. The snow fell fast, and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. Aha! Aho! A track in the snow. Whose are these tracks and where do they go? Whiskers at last and an underground house. Could this be the home of the big bad mouse? Out snuck the creature. His eyes aren't fiery. His tail isn't scaly. His whiskers aren't wiry. You're not the mouse. Oh, no, not me. He's under a tree, drinking Gruffalo tea. It's all a trick, said the Gruffalo's child, as she sat on a stump where the snow lay piled. I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house. Not big, not bad, but a mouse at least. You'll taste good as a midnight feast. Wait, said the mouse, before you eat. There's a friend of mine that I ought to meet. If you let me hop into a hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend so big and bad. The Gruffalo's child unclenched her fist. The big bad mouse, so he does exist. The mouse hopped into the hazel tree. I beckoned them, then said, just wait and see. Out came the moon. It was bright and round. A terrible shadow fell onto the ground. Who is this creature so big and bad, bad and strong? His tail, and his whiskers are terribly long. His ears are enormous, and over his shoulder, he carries a nut as big as a boulder. The big bad mouse! Yelled the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig and smiled. Aha! Oh, prints in the snow. Whose are these footprints and where do they go? The footprints led to the Gruffalo's cave, where the Gruffalo's child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo's child was a bit less bored. And the Gruffalo snored and snored and snored. I hope you enjoyed this book. Make sure to share and subscribe. Have a great night.